Hey friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to attempt a 30-minute purse. I've actually never done it before, so I'm excited to see how that's gonna turn out. I have 3 yarns that I'm gonna use, and they are a variation of pink because Valentine's coming up. And there's no special pattern to it, it's just basic stitches. So if you are a beginner, you should be able to do it. And because I am a beginner myself. Yeah, we're gonna start. I'm not gonna say anything else. We're just these are the yarns that I'm gonna use to make my purse. I have, like I said, 3 variations of pink because of Valentine. And this is a cotton yarn, and these two are acrylic. This one is some leftover Caron Jumbo. Caron? How do you even say this word? Somebody correct me if I'm not saying it right. This is Red Heart Metallic. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's kind of shiny. It's this one right here. This is the gray one. The light is too bright, I don't know. And this is a 24/7 cotton from Lion's brand. I thought if I use 2 acrylic and 1 cotton, it would help with making the purse not so stretchy. But again, like I say, I haven't done this before, so this is a theory that I'm trying it out. So we're gonna find out together. So we're gonna start. Before I put this away, this one recommends using a 5.5mm hook. This one a 4mm, and this is a 5mm hook. But I am going to use a 5mm hook. You're also gonna need scissors, a threading needle, and stitch markers. And I have a tool case here that I'm gonna try and make my purse going off of this size here. And this is actually not that big. It's, let's see, oh, it's about 8" long. So I'm gonna actually have an extra inch, so I'm gonna try 9". We'll see how that goes. All right, so we're gonna start. Grab all the yarn together. I'm gonna start with a slip knot. And let me start by chaining 15, and I can measure it against this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 15. I need about, I'll do 25. 16, 17, 18, 24, and 25. Yeah. Twenty-five is good enough. Now this is what our tray looks like. we're gonna skip 2 chains from the hook, and into the third one make a double crochet. And you want to only work into the back loop, or this part. This is the V that forms the stitch. You want to work into this side only, because when we come back around we're going to work in the other side. So that's one double crochet, our first one. So I'm going to put my stitch marker, and then work one more double crochet along the chains. So we skip 2 and work into the third one. We should have a total of 23 double crochet stitches. So make one double crochet in each stitch along the chain back to the first chain. It's fine. Again, you should work into only the top side of the stitch or the chain. Okay, so you're gonna continue with this, and I'll meet you at the end of the chain, in the last chain. Okay, so I'm at my last chain. I'm gonna make my last double crochet. And then I'm gonna add 2 more into that same chain. So that's 1 and 2. So there's a total of 3 double crochet stitches in that last chain. This is just so it curves the end. Now we're gonna repeat this on the other side. 1 double crochet in each of these until the last chain. So go ahead and repeat that, and I'll meet you at the end of that last stitch. Okay, so I'm at my last chain. I'm gonna make 3 double crochet in that last chain like we did on this side. And 3. So the stitch marker is in the first double crochet that we did, and there's the 2 chain that we skipped, 1 here and 1 here. So I'm gonna slip stitch into that second chain, chain 2, and now I'm gonna move my stitch marker into that chain 2, so I know that's the chain and not a stitch. And now I'm gonna repeat just 1 double crochet in each of the stitches around. And every time I come back to that stitch marker, I know that's my chain 2. I'm gonna slip stitch into that, chain 2, then chain 2 again, and repeat 1 double crochet in each stitch around. And I'm gonna do that for, let's say, maybe 9 rounds. I'm gonna do that for 9 rounds. If it's too long, I'm gonna stop at 7 and then come back and update you guys if I stop at 7, but otherwise 9 should be fine. So go ahead and finish this with 9 rounds, just 1 double crochet in each stitch around. Every time you come to that chain 2, slip stitch into that chain, then chain 2 from that point, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch around. And this time you're going to work into the stitch like normal. We're not going to work into a back loop only like we did in the first round. Okay, so I'm about to finish my second round. This is what it looks like so far. And just to be clear where you're going to slip stitch into, this is the second chain that I put my stitch marker in, right? So the one below it is the first chain, and the one next to that one is the slip stitch. So these two you're not going to work into. They're part of that chain 2. So your stitches should end right here, your double crochet stitches. I'm going to skip these two that's below the chain 2. If you keep working into it, you're just going to add extra stitches into your work. Now we can slip stitch, and that is the one that we're going to skip when we come back around. 1, 2, and your stitch marker goes into that second chain. So second, first, and the slip stitch right here. And you can continue with 1 double crochet in the next stitches. So that is what I just want to add, just in case if you get confused towards the end where you're supposed to slip stitch. The one that you're in is your actual second chain, and the one below it is the first one. And the slip stitch is the second one from that one. So you're gonna skip these two. You're only gonna stop right here. Your last stitch should be right here. And then you slip stitch here and then continue around. This is what it should look like at the end of your second round, like a small canoe. And I'm liking this color. I don't know if you guys can see clearly, but the shiny part of it is not too much, but it's just enough. I am now at my last stitch of the 9th round. I'm gonna slip stitch into that second chain, gonna slip stitch into the second chain and chain 1. Okay, so this is what it's like so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I didn't count this first one as part of the 9 round because that is gonna be the bottom of the bag, and I didn't want to be counting that. So if you do, then I have 10 right now, but like I said, I didn't want to count this as part of the wall of the bag because that is going to be the bottom. So I have 9 rounds. Okay, so after I slip stitch and chain 1, put my stitch marker in there to mark it. And I'm also going to put my stitch marker. This is the slip stitch that we did. Sorry, this is the chain 1 that we did. And this is the actual slip stitch. So I'm going to put a stitch marker in the slip stitch. So I know it's not an actual stitch. And I'm not going to make any stitches in there. Now I'm going to slip stitch in the next 22 stitches. Like how we did in the first round, we did 1 double crochet in each chain, and then on the 23rd we did 3 double crochets. So we're going to do 1 slip stitch across for 22 stitches. And then I'll show you what to do next. My hook is coming loose. One, 2, 4, 5, 21, and 22. Okay, so I'm only gonna do 21 stitches instead of 22 because I want my handle to be a little bit thicker. So 21 slip stitches across, then chain 1, and I'm gonna make a single crochet in the same stitch. Gonna put my stitch marker in the chain 1 so I know I shouldn't be making any stitches in there. Then I'm gonna make 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So including this one, it's gonna be 5 stitches of single crochet. chain 1, turn my work and repeat 1 single crochet in 5 stitches across. That's 1, 2, 5. Then I'm gonna repeat. So you're gonna do that for as long as you want your handle. One. Wait, did I do? One, 2, 3, 4, and then chain 1 and repeat. So again, like I said, you're gonna do it as long as you want for the handle length. You're gonna do that for the length of the handle that you want. So like this. And then we're gonna join. So go ahead and make as many rows as you want for the handle, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I've done 50 single crochets for the handle. And when you're ready to attach your handle, you want to make sure your last stitch, the way that the handle is, you want to make sure that the last stitch is on the side where your slip stitch is, or the side that you did the slip stitches. So then when you attach it, you can work your way towards the other side, and then you can slip stitch on the other side. This is the slip stitch that I did. This one is supposed to be the stitch that we slip stitch into, so this next one is where I'm gonna slip stitch into. And I think I'm gonna turn my purse inside out to do that. I'm making sure it's laying the right way before I can It's not twisting or anything. This is how I'm gonna do my slip stitch. I'm gonna take my hook out first, then put it through the stitch first, then grab that loop that's on my handle, pull it through, then make a chain or slip stitch, go to the next one, put it through, pull it up, next one, fourth stitch, and my fifth. This is on the inside of the bag. This is what it should look on the outside. Turn my purse the right side out for that slip stitches. Okay, so after that last stitch attachment of the handle, I'm chaining one, and then I can make my slip stitches across the other side of the purse. I have one stitch left. I'm gonna make my slip stitch and make a last slip stitch into the base of that handle. Then chain one and leave enough yarn that I'm gonna thread into the handle of the purse. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.